Hi everyone, my name is Lady C. I've come back again in real life talk. And in real life talk, everything we talk about here is real and it's happening now. It's going to happen in the future. And it's been happening in the past. And we want to make sure that the certain steps we take will not affect our future in terms of finance. And I've been talking about my journey to entrepreneurship for some time now, but in between I get a couple of questions which I always love to answer them. I had two questions that came up after the last week video. And the first question was that how do we manage our credits? Because this credit can do you good or it can do you really bad if you don't know how to use it. Okay, now I'll just touch base quickly on those of us who are living in Africa. In Africa, I don't know much about how the credits really, whether you can have different companies to give you credits. I only know about the MTN at the moment. I don't know much about the ones we have in Africa. But even with that one, even if you have one, okay, and you are using it, they trust you. And I know that the more you pay, the more they add. The more you pay, the more they add. And some people get to the point where it becomes too much. They've used the money without having plans to pay back the money. So what you need to do in that case, what I always recommend is that with credits, you have to make sure that when you are giving credit and you are using the credits, make sure that because you are not using your own money, just think about it, because your own money, you're supposed to use your own money, okay? At this point, you are not using your own money. So keep your own money with an intention to make sure that you pay back every time you finished. I don't know how it works properly, like I said, but when you finish, let's say maybe they've given you, I don't know, 1,000, whatever the currency is, and you've used maybe 5,000, you've used maybe 500, make sure that you have the 500 to put it back. Because when you put it back, you can use it again. So it's just like a pyramid. Just you put it back, you use, you put it back, you use, you put it back, and then with that, your credits will keep going up and up, so that in the days of emergency, there's always funds for you to do what? To go back on. So you don't have to run to individual people to actually borrow money from. So that's what I can say about people back home. So please take care of your credits and grow it. The purpose of not just to take care of it, but grow it. Grow it because it might help you one day. If you look after your credit, it will look after you one day. God bless you guys. Anyway, I'm coming back to the UK now. And those of us, this video will be so useful for those of us who have just come back, who have just come in. In the last 4 years, there's been a flood, literally flood from the whole world coming to the UK because of COS, okay? Because there was a gap and a need, and a lot of people have come in. Those of us who have just come in, please listen to me. You will be offered credit card as they see money goes through your accounts. When you are offered, normally they don't give you a tutorial of what is going to happen if you fail to pay. They don't give you a tutorial. They just tell you the interest that you will be paying. That's all they will tell you, okay? At this very point, today, the question is that how do we manage our credit? Some people, every time they offer us credit, whether we need it or not, we go for it. If you go for a credit card, let's assume that you have maybe one or two, okay? Or you have, some people have up to 4. So if those of us who have 4 credit cards, how you can build all of them, we are talking about management, yeah? How you can manage all of them is that what I used to do is what I can talk about. And it has helped me, and that is why I showed the many credit cards I have. There are many. I can't even tell you how many, but there are many. Okay. You can't, because I'm an entrepreneur. I always need money for so many things. So I discipline myself to make sure that I'm able to pay all these monies back. And they are a lot of money. But in your case, for instance, you have 4 credit cards. Please, can you make sure you do what I'm telling you? It will work. Believe me, it will work. Because this credit card or credit thing we're talking about, it's like Monopoly. Those of us who know how to play Monopoly, it's a game. Let me put it that way. Simple English, game. Okay, so if you want to learn how to play the game, that's what I'm talking about today. Your first credit card, they've given you 1,500. You will first use your 1,500, maybe up to 1,300, 1,200, with an intention, knowing that at the end of the month, when you get paid, whatever you've used on the credit card, make sure you pay it all back. All of it. It might sound silly. All of it. Because if you use it, it becomes available again for you to keep using it. That's the whole idea. So pay it all back. Keep your own money. Don't be using your money using the credit card. In fact, to make it even easier, what I used to do, I used to leave all my cards at home. And I take one card for a whole month. And when that happens, it helps you to keep track of what things that you've bought. Those of us who like buying things that speaks to you to buy them. Okay, you go to the shops and then there's so many things, and you're just passing by. You don't really need it, but the item is telling you that, oh, buy me, take me home, buy me, take me home, and then you don't have option than to just take it straight into your boot and bring it home. And sometimes we keep it in our wardrobes and we don't even wear it for months and years. Products, whatever, anything that you can think of. Food, we go to the shops. They've done buy 3 gets buy 3 and pay 2 for price, or buy 2 buy for 2 for 1. Watch out for all those things. And then when you buy all those things at the end of the month, I know this can be a little bit difficult. I remember I used to tell my sister to do that, and she said to me, oh, see, I can't do this. This is just too much. Every single month, believe you me, guys, I sit down and I go through. It doesn't matter how many accounts I've got. I set a date and a time. Sometimes I do it up to 1 a.m. to make sure I've gone through everything at the end of the month. And believe you me, the amount of things sometimes I see, and then I'll make a list of people who have gone into my account that they are not supposed to be. They are non-invited guests, or something that I've forgotten long time, and then they go and just take the money. So what I do is that I use one credit card to buy everything for the month. It doesn't matter what. The only time I will use my debit card or money in my debit card is if I need to transfer money for my kids, because I give my kids pocket money. So if I need to transfer money for them weekly, that's the only time. But my credit card does everything. In fact, if they need anything and they are going to the shops, I even give them my credit card to use. So with that, I'm able to keep a proper track of what is happening. And then at the end of the month, sometimes I will use the same card again the following month. Okay, if I use the card the following month, that's 2 months. So before I will start using on the second month, there is a due date that the bank will always give you. There will be a due date. So you need to, if you don't know, you need to find out what your due date is so that you can pay it 5 days before. So if you pay it 5 days before, you don't get charged. Some of us, unfortunately, sometimes, unforeseen circumstances happen, miscellaneous jumps in all over the place, and sometimes we are not able to. If you are not able to, please do not miss your minimum payment. When you pay minimum, it tells the bank or it tells the system that you are reliable and you are consistent. At least pay your minimum. Remember, this money the bank has given to you does not belong to the bank. It belongs to an investors. And the investors needs to be paid at some point. The bank money does not belong to the bank. We need to understand that. Okay? So we are all kind of like, the bank helps you, you help them. The bank helps, so that is how it works. So always make sure you keep up with your minimum, even if you are not able to. But above all, the idea is that you want to manage your credit and build it. You keep building it, because if you are just paying minimum, you're not going anywhere. So you have to add that minimum you are paying into your spreadsheet, okay, and add it to cost. So you need to create a column that every month, this is how much I pay for credit. And those of us with loans, you have to write the loan interest as well. And then you know that, okay, the amounts I'm getting for the end of the month, am I able to survive financially? And that is why some of us, we are always in our overdraft, we are always in our credit card, and then it keep piling up, building up, piling up, building up, and then with time you see that you are now overwhelmed with debt. So please learn how to manage. I'm here, you can give me a call, I can tell you, if you miss anything or you have any questions, just ask me. I did not get nearly 30 cards for just not doing the right thing. You have to do the right thing. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined, extremely disciplined. So going back to what I was saying, you need to put away that credit card when you finish using it for 2 months. Put it away. And then when you put it away, you go for the next one. Knowing that whilst you are using the other one, try and be paying the first one you've used. So by the time you will finish using the second credit card, the first one has been paid. And then you can put the second one down and do the same thing to the second one. And then you use the second one for another 2 months, put it down. Whilst you are paying the second one, you go to the third one. I told you it's a game, right? And if you are ready to play, this is how you do it. And if you do it that way, believe me, the bank will love you, the bank will want you, and the bank will need you. Because that is how they make their money too. And they are helping, you are helping. So in that way, make sure you run it that way, and believe you me, in the next 2 years, if you start doing that this year, in the next 2 years, you will call me and say, thank you, Lady C. Anyway, you are listening to Real Life Talk. I talk a lot, and sometimes I have to keep looking at the time because, anyway, my name is Lady C, as you know, and you are listening to Real Life Talk. Please share, like, and ask questions, okay? I'm here. Drop me a message. Call me anytime. Those of you who have my number, just call me. I'm just a phone call away. God bless you. Have an amazing day. If it is in the evening, have an amazing evening. God bless you for listening to Lady C. Thank you.